Our topic for today is which short stories will leave you breathless? This is a super popular answer that someone posted without revealing their identity. Her father's daughter. Her mother was before her on the hospital bed. The walls wore a white look. So did the bedding. The beeping of the various machines broke the silence between the mother and the daughter. The sleeping figure of her mother began to blur in front of her teary eyes. It was replaced by a younger image of her mother. She had always been simple. Cotton saris, vermilion, and a red bindi defined her. Kitchen was her workplace. She found solace amidst the clatter and clash of the shiny utensils. She remembered the time when her mother would spank her for squeezing life out of the tiny ants. She had always been against non-violence and abuse of any sort. She rarely resorted to violent means to teach her child any lesson. And whenever she did, the lesson was learnt. Her father loved her as much as her mother did. However, with its suggestion of peace, stability, and harmony, the appearance of everything visible was deceptive. The placid surface of their family life masked a hideous secret. Tears began to flow freely down her eyes. Incessant tears that refused to stop. Like a broken dam. She learned that secret when she was on the threshold of adulthood. Age had bestowed her with sufficient reason. One morning she noticed a blue-black bruise on her mother's pious forehead. The next day, she saw a series of red imprints. Like a belt welted across. Eyes swollen like eggs, bruised cheeks and broken knuckles followed in tandem. What's all this? Nothing, Beta. Sometimes, she excused those bruises by saying that she fell down the stairs at night or that she brushed herself against the furniture in the dark. When she asked her father about her mother's wounds and injuries, she was shushed. Epiphany dawned upon her one fateful night. She became a silent witness to her father's cruelty. She saw her mother being thrashed by him. This time, it was a hockey stick. She saw her mother endure the pain patiently. No scream escaped from her mouth. She was left dumbfounded and unseen. She was seen by none of them. Darkness had concealed her. Till now. Beep. Beep. She realized her mother was a victim of domestic abuse. She was not abused for giving birth to a girl. Her mother was chaste. Yet, there was one fatal flaw in her. She was a woman. He hit his wife whenever there was excess or less sugar or salt in his food. He thrashed her for speaking to strange men. Her husband's brain smoked with hatred for his wife. It was difficult for her to come to face with reality. It was impossible for a well-educated man to beat his equally educated wife. Domestic violence was confined only to rural households. So she had thought. She wondered why her mother never raised her voice. She wondered why she, herself, could not speak for her mother. She was enmeshed in a critical situation. The reason of the abuse began to appear in front of her. Her mother was abused because his father wanted to satisfy his giant male ego. Her mother had no social life. Her life was marked by catering and serving her husband and child. Everything appeared crystal clear to her. Her mother had endured the unreasonable wrath of her husband only for one purpose. She had never wanted a family breakdown. The heart monitor showed a steady heartbeat rate. She is a gritty woman. Her mother. She was a warrior. She grabbed her mother's hand and kissed it. The last kiss. At the same moment, the monitor exhibited a straight line. Her mother breathed her last in front of her. For the first time, she felt relieved. She had set free her mother's soul from the sufferings of her domestic world. Her mother had smiled at her when she removed the oxygen mask. The same self-effacing smile. It was a flash of liberation for both of them. She had emancipated her mother's abused soul. It was a labor of love, and she felt the sin of being mute for so long being washed away. She was her father's daughter after all.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe.